Hello, folks. This story was sent to me by a subscriber and is intended for educational purposes only. Thank you for watching. 4.5 grams magic mushroom. The day the toaster gave life advice, I had always considered myself a reasonably sane person, the kind who appreciates a good walk or a book rather than a trip down the rabbit hole of psychedelics. But that afternoon, with a bag of 4 or 5 grams of magic mushrooms in hand and a curious spirit, I decided to see what all the fuss was about. My plan was simple. Take them in the comfort of my apartment, watch some nature documentaries, and maybe feel a bit more connected to the trees. The first hour was subtle, like a gentle hum beneath the surface of reality. Colors brightened, sounds sharpened, and I felt a tickle of excitement crawling up my spine. Then the room started to breathe. Literally. The walls expanded and contracted as if inhaling and exhaling, and the floor beneath me felt less like a floor, more like a living canvas, swirling with patterns that defied geometry. Then it happened. The toaster on the kitchen counter, a humble white appliance I'd barely paid attention to, suddenly winked at me. Yes, winked. A metallic eye blinked, and an awkwardly cheerful voice chimed. "Good morning, sunshine. Ready to pop your toast in your mind?" I blinked hard, convinced the mushrooms were messing with my vision. But no, the toaster was definitely talking. Not just talking, dispensing unsolicited life advice. Like some mystical breakfast guru. "You know," it said, heating up, "life's like toast. You gotta apply the right amount of heat, or else you're just stuck with soggy bread. Don't be soggy, friend." Before I could respond, the blender joined in, whirring excitedly. "Sometimes you gotta mix things up, stir the pot, add some flavor to your existence." I looked around for hidden speakers or some elaborate prank, but there was nothing. It was just me, my newfound psychedelic pals, and my now very chatty kitchen appliances. The toaster, clearly taking its role seriously, continued. "Ever notice how no one ever thanks the toaster? It's always about the coffee or the cereal. But we're the unsung heroes, turning bland into gold." I laughed, a mixture of disbelief and delight bubbling out of me. Then the toaster offered a sage nod. "Remember, sometimes you have to let yourself burn a little to get crispy on the edges. Growth hurts, but it's delicious." As I sat on the floor, utterly entranced, my cat sauntered in and gave me a look that said, "You're officially lost." Meanwhile, the kettle began to whistle a tune that sounded suspiciously like a pop song from the 80s, complete with bubbles choreographed like dancers. The toaster wasn't done yet. "You ever think about what bread dreams about? Maybe it wants to be a sandwich or a pizza crust. What's your dream, huh? Don't just sit there waiting to get toasted. Create your sandwich, your pizza, your masterpiece." I found myself nodding like a student in a very weird seminar. The blender chimed back in, and if you mess up, just remember, you can always make a smoothie. Life's too short for regrets. Minutes passed, or maybe hours, and the kitchen became a symphony of advice, encouragement, and quirky humor. The toaster's final words before I started to come down were, "Be the toast in someone's morning, and never forget. Even the simplest things can spark magic." When the effects finally wore off, I sat in silence. The room back to normal, but my mind forever changed. My toaster never winked again, of course, But sometimes, when I'm feeling lost or uninspired, I swear I hear a faint pop and a whisper. Keep it crispy. That day, I learned that sometimes the weirdest trips bring the simplest truths, and that even a toaster can be a guru, if you're willing to listen.